Hey YouTube, this is Venom's Wrath 43. This is my first time doing any kind of videos involving Yu-Gi-Oh. Been a long time player and I felt like, why not give it a shot, see everybody else do it. This is my Inzektor build 2012 post Galactic Overlord and post Epic Battle Pack Dawn, and with nothing else to say, here I go. We have the 3 centipedes, 3 dragonflies, 3 hornets, the basic core engine to any great Inzektor deck. We have 2 ladybugs, 2 hoppers, and a gigamantis. That's all as far as the Inzektor monsters goes. Hopper is basically my 4 and 5 hornet. Great card, and it lets me go into a lot of plays, and I'll get into that in a second. Hopper, just so I could get the extra search, because it's the only other Inzektor worth playing. And Giga, well, Giga's self-explanatory. So as we go on, we go into the 2 Spirit Reapers, 3 Veilers. Why? Because Veiler's just that damn good. No Maxi, nah, Veiler. You gotta run Veiler in this because you just have to. Triple Veiler is a necessary inside this build, inside the format, period. You just need Veiler. Running that 3 if you can, find a way to get it. I don't care how you do it, just run 3. Sanguine and Gorge. That's it for the monster lineup. We move on to the traps. Only run about 6 traps. Not a lot because, I'm not really that much of a trap person that much. A lot of people went with their heavies and everything else like that. I'm not a trap head. So we have 2 Torrential, 2 Solemn Warnings, and 2 Call of Hauntings. We move on to our spells. We have 3 Zecaliburs. We have the staples, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, Dark Hold, and Mind Control. 1 on Lord Darkness. 3 Smoke Grenades of the Thief. Awesome card. It gives you that little baby wind-up flavor where, you get your, not a pure loot, but you get the hand information. Plus, if you equip it to a Dragonfly first turn, you get to go ahead and see everything that's inside your opponent's hand, so you already know what you're going up against. I like the information concept. Not so good against Dark Worlds, because, they pretty much love that, or not so good against Chaos. But those are the chances of Yu-Gi-Oh! You got to find out what you're doing or what you're playing against. These are, if anything, what I usually side out against when I need to side to my side deck. But in all, they really do help me out a lot. I run 1 MST and I main 2 Night Beams. Now, people mostly say, why are you maining 2 Night Beams? Well, I like Night Beam in this format because I love the fact that I can stop that card from activating no matter what it is. The only thing that can actually stop a Night Beam is a Dark Bribe, but I'll take that chance. Because not too many of people are running Dark Bribe as much anymore because they don't want to give you the card advantage. So Night Beam going against the hero deck, as far as the Gemini Spark and whatnot, it stops that. It stops you from activating your nonsense. You're not going to do it. I stop it. You can't even activate it. You deal with it. That's it. Unless it's a card that can negate his effect, you're not activating that card. I don't care what speed it is. You can't do it. And we have the 1 pot duality. I only chose 1 pot simply because I special summon a lot. And I don't want to play the pot and I get something, but yet that's the 1 turn I need a special summon. And then next thing you know, they run through me the very next turn after that. And I have nothing else in hand to stop it. That's why I only run down to 1. Now people probably say, oh, that's going to make your deck slower. It really doesn't. So don't fall into that nonsense. Sometimes pot makes my hand as slow as hell when I used to run 3 pots. So I ran it before. I wasn't liking where the feel was, so I limited it down to 1. Now we move on to the extra deck. With our rank 3s, we have 2 Leviathan, 1 Leviair, 1 Giga Brilliant, 1 Zen Mains, and 1 Acid Golem. Move down, we have a Utopia Ray, and Photon Butterfly. I'm not going to say the actual name because that name is just stupid. We're not going into that. It's Photon Butterfly. Deal with it. We have a Terrace, an Adrius, and a Crimson Shadow. I'm sorry about the darkness. I have poor lighting inside here. I apologize. And then we go down to our Synchros. Only Synchros in the entire deck. And that's a Catastor, Black Rose, and Scrap Dragon. Because You always got to have something prepared for every situation. Now we move on to the side deck. Side deck, I have the extra MST, just in case. The Royal Prison, which extremely shuts down the Chaos deck. And a lot of people that are real, you know, it's like a baby Necro Valley. I know it screws me over, but I don't really special summon that much from the grave as much. So when it comes down to it, if I have to stop both of us, I'll stop both of us. I'm probably going to put, I might throw in another one, I don't know. But the way one has been going, I usually draw into it 5 times out of 10. So I'll go with the Royal Prison. Prohibition, awesome card. Very underrated, very neglected, but is an awesome card. Once you learn, it's perfect to decide into 6 Sam, Chaos, stopping the Red Eye, stopping the Light Pulsar, 6 Sam, stopping the United, stopping Shein, or you could just go ahead and just stop things like Heavy Storm or Dark Hole. It's just so many things you could do with it. Granted, you can't use it, but it shuts down a lot of decks, you know, without really hurting me as much, especially if I go specific on them, like say no Shein or no Grapha. I mean, you can't even use the Grapha effect to go to the graveyard to pop something because you can't use Grapha, period. So it's like there's so many different things you could do with Prohibition, so I definitely suggest running that at 3. I love that. The 2 Kaiko, because I have to remove things from play after a while, because if you live in the graveyard, I have to stop that, especially against the Chaos. I have to stop you from going nuts on that field. I'm sorry, it just can't happen. I have to lock that down. And 9 times out of 10, the only other monster most people play that's low in a Chaos build is either an Alchemist or a Card Trooper or maybe Tour Guide. And I have things to stop that, so there's not too many things that are going over a Kaiko, unless they want to put down Thunder King. But those, like I said, those are the chances you take a Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's what you got to do. Then outside the 3 soul release, like I said, with Chaos being the ramp nowadays, you got to have the soul release. You got to kill their graveyard as soon as possible. You got to stop them from going into those crazy, stupid soft locks with Light Pulsar. You just have to stop it. You just have to. Chain Disappearance, the champion trap card against the mirror match, it murders the mirror match. Because once they lose their Dragonfly, or once they lose their Hornet, they're pretty much like, what the fuck do I do now? Holy crap, Trollface, I am stuck. My life sucks. Damn. And it really limits them. It truly does. I mean, I've won so many matches just because of Chain Disappearance signing it in. I'm not going to main it, you know, because there's times where it's just been a dead draw, like especially against Dragons or Dark World, and it's just been a dead draw. So I sided depending on, but against decks like Inzektor and 6 Sam, it's helped out so much. I cannot stress that enough. Chain Disappearance, I'm looking for another one. Most likely going to order it soon. And yeah, Chain Disappearance, definitely great card. And Dimensional Fissure, because it doesn't really affect me, because you already know, once Hornet hits the grave, it's a spell card, it's an equip card, baby. So I'm killing a lot of things with that Dimensional Fissure. And that's it. That is my deck build for 2012. I have to say, a lot of people try to get on Inzektor, try to say, oh, it's a cheesy deck, oh, it's an old deck. It really isn't. Those people who say that are the people that have been beaten severely by the deck. That's why. Those are the people that don't stop, because it can be stopped. It has been stopped. It's not like it's the most perfect deck in the world. I mean, to say that, I'd like to say the same thing about 6 Sam. 6 Sam is a cheesy deck because all they do is swarm the field and get Shein and Buckyon and the Toya Beast. And, I mean, come on. Every deck has the capability, well, I shouldn't say every, but most decks have the capability of swarming the field and going ham on somebody and just going off. So just because Inzektors do it because you've been beat by it because you have no way of stopping it, whose fault is that? I mean, I'm sorry that Konami made the cards like this, but hey, it happens. Deal with it. The deck is here. It's not banned yet. So for the time being, you're just going to have to deal with the problem. I mean, there's worse things out there. Look at the nonsense with Chaos Dragons. Look at the way Graphic storms the field with Dark World. I mean, come on. Stop complaining. Play the game. You win, you win. You lose. All right? And that's the point of it. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Everybody's always complaining about this. If you don't like it, stop playing. Quit the format for this turn and wait till the September come and see if you like the way the ban list comes out then, and then start up again. But until then, just shut your pie hole and duel it or not. That's it. You know, that's basically it. That's the team name. That's my team's name. Duel it or not. And that's how we feel. You're either going to duel or not. So duel it or not. Straight up like that. All right. I am Venom's Wrath 43, and I approve this message. And I'm out.